Lovely people, you are highly welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I upload new video. If you are my old subscribers, I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming back to my channel. In this tutorial today, I'm making the concluding part of my previous video. I've made the cutting of this Maxi A-line dress in my previous video. I'm going to put the link in the box below. So let's get into it. To start with, this is my sleeve, my butterfly sleeve for my A-line maxi dress that I'm making today. And this is my back part, the front part of the dress with the facing. As you can see, here is it. And this is my back part. This is my back part with the facing. This is the net that I'm going to use to make my ruffle. So let's continue with the sewing. Here is my back part. And this is the right side of my back part. Here is my facing to it. I'll start by hemming the bottom, the edge of my facing here. But before hemming, I'm going to notch it with 1/4 of an inch and hem it, fold it once with 1/2 inch and hem it. Now this is the front part of my dress and this is the facing for it. So before attaching it to the neckline of my front, I'm going to gum stay it. After the gumming, I'm going to notch it with 1/4 of an inch at the edge here and fold it once with 1/2 inch for hemming. As for the sleeve, I'm going to open it up like this and double fold the edge of it just like this. I'm going to double fold it with that 1 inch that I added for hemming allowance, and I'm going to finish up this shape, this egg shape for my cold shoulder. I'm going to finish it up with bias tape. So after that, and I'm going to do the same thing on the second sleeve too. After that, I'm going to use my net to make ruffle. I have a video on how to use this net to make cloudy ruffle. I'm going to put the link in the box below. So when I finish all that, I'll come and show you what's next. Now I'm done hemming the bottom of my facing. Here is the back facing. I've hemmed the bottom of it. And this is the front facing. I added gum stay to it, the softest one, and I've hemmed the bottom of it. So this is the sleeve too. I've hemmed the edges of my sleeve and I used bias tape to finish up the shape here, that is cold shoulder. So I did the same thing on the second sleeve. Here is my back now. Let me show you how to attach your facing to the neckline. This is my back. I'll just put my facing on the wrong side of it. Let the wrong side of the facing face the wrong side of the dress. After that, I'll just stitch with 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to top stitch it with 1/4 of an inch because I'm adding color to it. I'll do the same thing on the front, but as for the front, I'll first of all place it on the right side of it. Let the right side face each other. Please note, because of the shape, the egg shape that is on the front part. So I'll let the right side of the facing face the right side of the dress on the front part. Please note that. I'll just stitch from here now. I'm going to stitch it with 1/2 inch from this place, not here, please note that. From here round this shape till you reach here. So after that, I'm going to notch it with 1/4 of an inch and I'm going to turn it inside like this before stitching. But let me first of all go and do that. I'll come and explain what's next for you to understand very well. And this is the ruffle, the net I'm talking about. I've made it to form ruffle. I said I have a video on how to make it. I'm going to put the link in the box below for you to understand how to get to this stage. So let me quickly go and do all that. I'll come and show you what's next. Now I'm done stitching my facing to the neckline. As you can see, this is the back part of it. Here is the facing inside it like this. So here is my front now. This is my front. I stitch my front facing on the right side of my dress. As you can see, here is it, and I turn it on the wrong side. I've ironed it already to make it lay very well. So this is the wrong side of my dress now. This is my facing. I stitch it on the right side of it, and I turn it to the wrong side. After that, I give it a good press to make it lay very well. Here is the right side of it, as you can see now. So to finish up my neckline here now, I'll go ahead and top stitch here with 1/4 of an inch. I'll do the same thing on the second side of it like this. Top stitching it with 1/4 of an inch here and here. I will now attach my ruffle round the shape here. I'm going to attach it like this. So when you watch my video on how to make cloudy ruffle, you know how to attach it. So that is how I'm going to do the front neckline here, just to beautify it. And I'm going to do the same thing on the cold shoulder of my sleeve and the edges of my sleeve. I'm going to open it up like this. This is where the cold shoulder is now on the sleeve. So I'm going to attach my ruffle round the shape here. So I'm doing the same thing on the second sleeve too. Now, and on the edges of my both sleeve, I'm going to attach the ruffle as well. I'm going to place it here, just like this, till I reach the second tip here. So when I finish all that, I'll go ahead and place both front and back on each other. Here is the back part. This is the right side of it, and here is my front part. This is the right side of it. I'm going to place my back on it, just for me to join the shoulder like this with 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm done stitching all that I explained: the neckline, the ruffles, and both shoulder. So here is the right side of the dress. I'll now turn it to the wrong side. Turn it to the wrong side. Here is the right side of the back part. Here is the right side of the front part. Go ahead and stitch from the armpit here, that 1 inch that I added for my seam allowance, side seam allowance. I'm going to stitch it from the armpit here down to the down part of my dress. I'm going to do the same thing on the second side of it. So after doing that, I'm going to hem the bottom of my dress with 1.5 inch. My sleeve too, I'm done stitching my ruffle to it. As you can see, this is the cold shoulder area, and this is the edge of my sleeve. So this is the second sleeve. So I'm going to fold my sleeve. Here is it now. I'm going to fold into 2. Let the right side face each other for me to stitch my side seam from the armpit here down to this place. Now I'm done with my side seam, both side seam on the dress, and here is my sleeve. I'm done stitching the side seam as well, as you can see. So I'll now go ahead and attach my sleeve to it. Both sleeves, I'm going to attach it to it as a normal basic sleeve. There is the front part of it, and I'm going to place my sleeve like this and start the stitching from the armpit. So that's how I'm going to stitch it to it. So I'll now go ahead and cut my collar and stitch it to it. I have a video on how to make a dress with collar. I'm going to put the link in the box below for you to know how I'm going to cut my collar and how I'm going to stitch it. But if you don't want a collar, you can even cut any neckline of your choice. So guys, if you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel. If you have any question pertaining to cutting and sewing, you can join me on my Facebook group, Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Akorede Adenike. Please show some love by liking and following my page on Facebook at Akorede Adenike Sewing Tutorial. Till I see you in my next video, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye bye.